Okay, hold on. There's this guy that got me to come on your show.
Yes, tell me about
You
that.
gotta text this guy.
For
His
those that
name's
don't know,
Mouse.
people have been bullying guests like Mr. Reagan here to come on the show, which I did say. If you guys want me to start inviting people, you got to let me know who you want and, ask people if you want to come on. So tell us this story.
No, it was a good timing because I'm just coming out with this cartoon and I'm trying to make this into a thing. So I'm like, hey, I'll go on any show that asks me. So I texted you and you were like, yeah, come on my show. I don't care. I don't know who you are, whatever. But this guy Mouse, Mause, he just texted me. I guess he's watching the show. Hi, Mouse. He says, ask Cecil what DICK stands for in Dick and Comics.
It stands for diversity, inclusion,
Use your voice. Use your voice.
Diversity, inclusion, compassion, and kindness.
I do that. Anytime I mimic any leftist, whether it be Pelosi or Gavin Newsom or anything, I always do the same voice, which is what I call my Mr. Pagan voice, which is Mr. Reagan's twin brother. And it's exactly the same as that. We just talk like this the whole time.
Well, Cecil, tell him your origin story on YouTube.
I want Hillary to run again and win.
Yeah, why not? Why can't she run every time?
Age is just a number.
Oh my God. Cecil,
what's the origin story? Sure.
My origin story is, oh my God, I got on YouTube because I was watching. I went and bought comic books. I had been married and I was a big comic book reader and I hadn't read comics in like about 15 years. And I bought a pile of them, and this was like around 2016, 2017, and it was like every one of them was the biggest woke bull. And I bought piles, and I was just like, at one point I went to my computer and I was like, what's wrong with comic books? Like all of it was virtue signal. Everything was like so over the top that I'm like, what? And a guy came up, Diversity in Comics had a video, and he was just talking about how fucking the SJWs are destroying the comic book industry. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I got very involved and was following, and another guy called Captain Cummings at the time. I was like, oh, this is great. So then I did a few videos on the subject because I know a lot about comics, and I was like going to talk, but then I realized I'm doing what they're already doing. So I was like, let me do something where I'm parodying, and I did like this super left-wing SJW character called, Cecil, but every comic book was great. I was like, look how good this is, and it was like fucking. So I did that.
I love it.
And it was just how I would, and I have a huge collection. I have like 40,000 books, and I'm like, so I would pull out like a rare comic, and I would have a contest against like Squirrel Girl or some shit that just came out, which was like complete horseshit. It was like Squirrel Girl saves the lesbian, like that's their whole fucking story. And then I would like be like, this one wins, and I would take out a shredder and I would put the actual like classic comic in the shredder and shred it, and people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's what I did for a number of years, and I stayed in character no matter what. Like no matter what, I never broke character for years.
But people understood the joke.
After a while, they did.
Some people
I knew him and was streaming with him and believed it.
Yeah, people they didn't. Yeah. I played it like 100% straight, but like completely off the wall.
So people did not know it was a joke.
No.
And
the entire chat would be like, "Get this." The person who knew was Ethan Van Sciver, who invited me on his show because I was in his chat, or I made a video, and he's like, "This is really." He got it right away. He's like, "This guy's fucking putting on an act. This has got to be an act." So he invited me on, but I stayed in character. So the whole chat would explode. They're like, kill this faggot, get him off the show. They'd be like fucking the whole chat. And for years, that's all the type of fun. And,
oh my gosh.
And
bro, you love abuse. You got some kind of masochistic thing.
I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I did it for.
That is funny, man.
For years, I did that.
You wore a mask.
Level.
And then what happened was reality, like my character couldn't keep up. They became beyond parody because I'd be like, we got to start transitioning kids. And then like a year later, they were saying it on ironic. Like my character was just saying normal shit now.
Bro,
Like,
I had the exact same experience. I did that because I did this character called Mr. Pagan, which was like, Mr. Reagan's evil twin. And I would come in with like white glasses and I'd be like, Joe Biden's not so bad. He's got a plan, and this kind of
Oh
thing.
no.
And I did this whole the first one was like my Ferrari or my Kia or whatever identifies as a Ferrari, and I tried to sell it, but they wanted to give me the Kia price, and I was like, what the hell? It's a Ferrari. A transgender Ferrari is a real Ferrari, this kind of crap. But you're right. It got so crazy. That I kind of stopped doing the character, and people ask me to do the character sometimes. They're like, bring back Mr. Pagan. But I'm like, guys,
it
like,
doesn't work anymore.
Like libs of TikTok ruined our careers for parody because
how do you parody? Like there are schools in this country that have litter boxes in their fucking room for kids that think they're cats. How that's reality. That's not like we go, hey, we should put litter boxes in. No, they're doing that. They're doing that. Like you can't make like whatever the fucking thing you think is going to be outrageous. They're already doing now. So they'll
do it. Somebody will do it. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. The world has gotten really weird.
You don't say.
Yeah, when you can get attacked for saying, I don't know, maybe that kid shouldn't be in my daughter's locker room. Maybe that teenage boy shouldn't, and you'd be attacked as a fucking. What's wrong with you? Why would you?
Maybe that dude, that clearly a man, shouldn't be boxing women in the Olympics.
Well, I think didn't they just today or yesterday they finally fucking they came out with that controversial ruling that men shouldn't be beating the fuck out of women in boxing.
You don't say. Oh,
but that's how the world got. That is a controversial stance now.